know what? I'm hearing an echo today. Like the echo's hard today. You hearing the echo?
No, not really. You know.
I can hear the echo.
Sounds like we're in a. No, do you know what it is? Nah. When he was talking.
Bring that towel. Yeah, I can hear the echo hard on me. Say something.
Yo. Can you hear it on me?
Not as much as it is on me. Boom, it's gone. Echo's gone. It's gone.
You know what? Just talking.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Rounds. To my left, we got Tay from Trendsetter, weighing in at 375 pounds, dressed in all grey. He's here to rock and roll. And to his right, we got myself, Francis Koh. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to talk. Let's go. We got Tay from Trendsetter.
What's going on, my bro? You good?
I'm beautiful. I'm winning,
good, man.
I'm winning.
That's good. That's what it's all about, bro.
First and foremost, before we start, I know I said this to you off camera. I appreciate you. I want to say it on record. I appreciate you. I'm a fan. I'm a customer. I'm a consumer. Thank you for doing what you do.
Appreciate it, bro. Now you've been showing me support, man. So thank you as well. Same goes straight back to you.
We only support what we appreciate. Tell me, who's Tay? What's Trendsetter?
Okay, Tay. I'm the owner of Trendsetter London. I'm 18 years old. Trendsetter London is a clothing brand that I started in 2017. At the time, I was still in school, so I was in year 10 at the time. I got into a bit of trouble with my teacher at school, and he just basically said to me that I'm wasting my potential, and he wants me to just focus on something positive, basically. So he said if I put half the energy I was into being bad into a business, and it will go far. So after that, I just took his advice, and since then, I've just been going for it.
4 years on.
Yeah.
I'm slightly upset with you because you come to our studio looking fresh.
See you, man.
The tracksuit is looking fresh. The trim's on point.
Thank you, bro.
By the way, he did this trim at home, right? His paps is a barber, so it's part of his bubble. So we don't need to worry about he was not in no illegal barber shop or anything like that. He's safe. Yeah, just wanted to get out there. So you got in trouble in school.
Yeah.
And your teacher, what was the teacher's name? Do you remember?
Mr. Lai. He was a teacher that would always give you lectures.
Yeah.
He was one of those teachers. So on this specific day, it was like 4 or 5 of us that got in trouble. But I think I was the only one that was really taking in what he was saying, you get me? So, yeah, Mr. Lai.
That's beautiful. I never had no teacher when I was in school gave me such advice. So it's Francis, do your work. Francis, stop being a clown. So, I mean, Mr. Lai, thank you very much. We appreciate you. I used to be a teacher myself.
Oh, is it? What subject did you teach?
Business studies.
Business. I've done that in school.
I try to reason with the young ones, but sometimes it's hard because I guess when I was a student, I really didn't think teachers knew what they was talking about because, like, you old. What do you know? Like, you're not in our world. So for you to take on that knowledge and hear it and actually do something, apply yourself.
But I thought the same way though. I thought the exact same. But Mr. Lai is a teacher. He's relatable. You get me? So he came from the same place that we come from. Like he speaks the way that we do. So it was easy to take advice from him because he's like us. Whereas there's other teachers, they will say certain things to you, but you don't really take in what they're saying because you're thinking, you don't live the way that I live. So your advice is different. You get me? So
that is crucial. That is crucial. As you say that, I'm trying to think. We didn't have a teacher that looked like us when I was in school. No. We did, but it was an uncle. Like he was a proper uncle with the glasses and the old school suits he used to wear.
Oh yeah, no.
And
Mr. Lai is a flyboy, man. He was just like us, you get me? So
whenever I go back to my teaching, I know what to do. I have to get fly. No, my dress code is not that great still.
Man, you're winning. I see you. Color coordination. You got the red hat, red t-shirt. Come on, man.
I think Trendsetter needs to send more clothes my way.
I've got you, bro, man.
So we can win. Don't forget we got Rasta over there. We got JP there.
I've got you. guys. Man.
He's got 3 kids. I got 3 kids.
That's a lot to cater for, man.
You have to kit out the whole family.
Come on, man. You know I got you, lot, man.
Focus on something.
Yeah.
Then how did you then decide, okay, it's going to be clothing?
Okay, so yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He didn't actually tell me to start a clothing brand. So what I done, I remember it was Spanish. I went into Spanish, and I was just never good at Spanish. I just knew that Spanish wasn't my thing. So during that lesson, I was just writing down loads of different business ideas. My teacher was there saying her hola and Espanol, but I was writing down loads of different ideas. I'm doing the complete opposite. But yeah, after Spanish, I think I had the idea of starting a clothing brand. And yeah, it just got, once I got the idea of starting a clothing brand, it was just planning after that, just coming up with different ideas. And there's a few things that was around me at the time that made me come to the name and the logo. Like there was different influences that made me come up with all these stuff.
I like the logo.
Thank you, bro. This ain't even the logo that we started with. We had an old logo. We changed it because I feel like, obviously I was young at the time. I thought that the logo was a bit childish. What I done, me and one of my friends, we got a matching chain. And my one had a T with a crown in it. And basically what I done, I changed the T and I changed up the crown. And then I made that the logo basically. So that's the inspiration that I took from the chain that I had. And yeah, the name Trendsetter London, not a lot of people know this, but it comes from my initials. So my initials are TSL, and that's where Trendsetter London come from. So yeah, it's a personal brand to me.
No, and I like it. It's simple, elegant, and professional.
Yeah.
Like it looks corporate. It could go both ways.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was aiming for, because I'll show you the logo when I get the chance, but the old logo was a bit more childish. It reflected more like cartoon type of vibe.
Yeah.
So this, when we first came up with this logo, we had 2 sides of Trendsetter. So this is the prestige side, and then we had the original side. And then eventually we knocked off the original and we just kept it prestige.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You like, I remember I used to do clothing as well.
Okay.
I had Strictly Work.
Okay.
It was literally Strictly Work, 3 dots, Strictly Work, then 3 dots after, and like a italic writing.
Okay.
And I just thought the word Strictly Work can apply to anything you do.
Yeah.
If you're on the road, Strictly Work. If you're at college, Strictly Work. Whatever you're doing, Strictly Work. And the thought process behind that wasn't really as intense as what yours went through. So, and I remember the fonts were different.
Okay.
So I would do a flag theme. Like if I knew someone's from, let's say, Japan, I would just Strictly Work with a Japan flag in the background for them. Because I went out and bought all the equipment. Literally in my bedroom, I had the printer, heat press, vinyl cutter. It was mad. It was mad.
You saying a vinyl cutter and the heat press, that's exactly how we started. So what we done, my dad bought a vinyl cutter and he bought the heat press. And when we first started out, that's how I started. I started printing T-shirts myself and I would sell them in school. And then as we developed, we got into screen printing, which is a bit better quality. And yeah, so that's how I started out.
You used to sell them in school?
Yeah.
How?
That was the foundation. That's how it all started. School. So with school, what happened, so I've started the brand now. And what I've done, I've started selling clothes to my friends, my closest friends around me. So my friends have started wearing the clothes around school. I'm coming into school, I'm emptying my school bag and just putting jumpers and T-shirts in there and selling it on the side, just away from the teachers. And as my friends started to pick up on it, the younger years started to pick up on it. So I'd come into school and I'd sell jumpers to the year 7s or the year 9s. And then once I'd done that, the older years started to pick up on it. So eventually, I was selling clothes to people in all years, whether it was 6th form, year 7, my year, even sometimes a couple of the teachers, but that was after school. And then so once it done well in my school, then it moved out of school and then around my area.
I appreciate that. I wasn't in school when I started, man. I was just left college.
Okay.
And it was the back of my car.
Okay.
Literally everywhere I went. Everywhere I went, I had Strictly Work hats, jumpers, and tees. And I remember me and my brothers, if we going anywhere, no matter where we going, I never used to charge them for petrol money. But they had to buy something. They had to wear.
Okay.
They had to buy something. I'm telling you, they had to buy something. But for me, like there was no social media. It was hard. Okay, it was hard. It was hard. And I guess that's one of the regrets I have. I've got a few regrets when it comes to the business side of life. me stopping, I had no real reason. I couldn't even tell you why I stopped. Just one day I decided, you know what? Boom. I even went, one time I'm like, no, this is costing me too much, because I went on to vinyl as well. Screen printing like you, it's costing me too much. Nah. So I did the research. Where can I go? China. Who do I know in China? No one. Let's go China. Me and the missus.
Oh, did you go?
Yeah, at the time, me and the missus went to, like, literally, as soon as I said I need to go China, the following month we was in China.
Okay, yeah,
didn't know anyone, didn't know where we were going, didn't know nothing, like nothing.
And sometimes that's the best thing to do. Just jump out, like just take the risk, because you go in China, you don't know what you're gonna find in China, but I'm sure you probably did find something along the way. Do you get me? So sometimes it's just about taking the risk. So yeah, no, that's sick that you done that.
I was determined.
Yeah.
And Mrs. like, why are we going to China? I'm like, I'm gonna look for a factory. I'm like, don't worry, babe. You get a holiday. Was 2 weeks, half a week. We'll do the holiday thing, and then the rest of the time we look factories. And we had a good time. That was we had a good time. Yeah. Strictly work, and boy, I wish. So what drives you?
As I said, because it's a personal brand, I don't see it as a business. I see it as me. So my life is Trendsetter, and I think that's the best thing, because when I'm putting in loads of work, I don't see it as work. I just see it as what I need to do. I just see it as normal. Remember, I've been doing this from young, so this is just natural to me. Whether it's going post office or designing or speaking to manufacturers, like this stuff is my life now. Like, it's normal, so I don't see it as work. So that's what keeps me pushing through it, basically.
That's beautiful. And your pops is involved, your father and your mum's involved.
Yeah.
Wow. So what's dinner like at the table?
Okay, so I said to my dad, he's my dad, but he's like my business partner. So me and my dad, we're always having conversations. I speak to him on the phone. Dad, this happened today, or this amount of sales come, or we should do this t-shirt. So me and my dad's conversations, it's more business, more time. So yeah.
So does that mean that gives you the opportunity to tell off your dad if he's not on point with the business?
Yeah, sometimes, but he's always on point now, man. I'll be real.
Yeah?
He's always on point, I'll be real.
I wish I could tell off my dad. Dude, don't talk to me like, sorry, dad. That is beautiful. So where is Trendsetter going other than clothes? So we got hats, we got jumpers, we got tees, we got hoodies, we got woolly hats. What's next?
Okay, so when I started Trendsetter, the whole thing was Trendsetter as a brand, but Trendsetter as a lifestyle as well. Anyone can be a trendsetter. You can be a trendsetter from having purple hair, purple jeans. You can be a trendsetter from doing anything. As long as you're different, you can be a trendsetter. So the way I see it is a lifestyle. So at the moment, it's a brand, but who knows in the future, it could be anything. It could branch out into anything, because being a trendsetter is just about the way that you live your life, basically. So, yeah.
So you wake up in the morning, Trendsetter. You go to sleep, Trendsetter. Is there a break? Because I remember when I was doing it, it was just literally strictly work. There was no days off. And what really, I guess, what actually come to think about, one of the reasons perhaps why I stopped, because I never got the love and support that I deserved from my peers. Like, it was always give it to me for free, or pass me a discount, or this or that. They never really wanted to buy it for what it was.
Okay.
And so what really used to, like, bro, we just went JDs. You just spend however much on whatever. And
the thing is, when they go JD, they don't ask for discounts. They pay the price or whatever it is.
They don't.
So why can't they support you? You're my friend, you get me? So.
And when we went out to the clubs, when it was me buying them drinks or whatever, guess where that profit was coming from? From my profits. When we went out, petrol, I never used to charge them petrol. So I'm thinking, well, how is Nike helping you?
Yeah.
It was mad. I remember one time a brethren of mine bought two of my I will never forget this. He bought 2 of my products. I was so happy. And then about 6 months later, well, we was chilling. 6 months later, I just went, like, was in his room chilling. And then I saw my 2 teas still in the plastic, hidden. I
must have hit your chest, man.
The pain I felt. I'm like, what's going on? He goes, oh yeah, I'm like, bro, it's been 6 months. He goes, I paid you. I'm like, you don't understand. It's not the money. Bruv, you paid me for those t-shirts. I paid, like, that money went to you. Like, we done this, we done that. But people needs to see you wearing it. Like, it's the promote. But it's just, I found a lot of people don't really understand the marketing side of things. Like, I need you to be wearing my stuff. I need everyone so people could see it, and then that create a buzz. That killed me. So you telling me that, like, you bus in school, that is beautiful. Times have changed.
Saying that though, it wasn't necessarily easy though. It was more of a thing where people had to catch on to it. So it was more like a process. As I said, it worked in like waves. So my friends would wear it, the younger years would wear it. Like, it's just about building up trust. So once my friends gained trust in me, then the younger years gained trust, and it was just a process. You get me? So sometimes, like, things will happen all the time. I remember when I first started my brand, one of my friends, he's still my friend now. What he said to me, what he said to one of my other friends, it was 3 of us, and this is when I first started the brand. He was at the bus stop, and he must have said, Tayvon's starting a brand, and he was laughing about it. And I was just thinking, okay. But a couple months later, after it built up some buzz, he bought something from me. So it just goes around in a circle. Like, these things happen like it's supposed to happen. It's not meant to be an easy journey. Do you get me? So when things like that happen, I just think, okay, cool. It's what's happening now, but it's not going to be like this forever. So
yeah, that because even I had, like, one of my the friend I'm telling you about, we're still friends. But years, it took me a while just to understand that, you know what, not everyone's ready to jump on at that point. Like, you just keep doing what you're doing, and they'll come. I mean, even now, like now the best place to market, what I think the best place to market stuff is like Instagram. And a lot of people are telling me off for not adding them as friends. I'm like, I'm just doing this as a business. Like, we're still friends. Don't worry. Like, you got my number. Like, how? Like, 90% of the people on Instagram don't have my number. They can't call me. Like, they can message me and I reply being polite, but they can't say, Francis, can you do me this? Kills me. Kills me.
People can't separate your business from you sometimes. People need to understand that the business and your personal relationship is 2 different things. Do you get me? So, yeah.
It's different. How do you navigate the two? Because Trendsetter is your lifestyle, but I'm sure there must be a point where you must say, you know what, let's chill. Or is it no days off like I used to?
Okay, so this is something that I've been going through recently. I find it hard to separate myself from the brand. Like, it's weird. Like, if I actually am chilling, I don't feel comfortable not doing work. Do you get me? I don't know if it's because I've gone so long just doing work constantly, where if I'm not working, I just feel like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But at the same time, I've even spoken to friends and they say that sometimes you need to switch off business mode and sometimes just chill. So that's what I'm working on at the moment still.
And what advice is Pops giving you on that?
I haven't really spoken to Pops about that, you know. But yeah, it's not a major issue. As I said, because I enjoy it, so it's not a major issue. But I do understand that sometimes I need to take a little breather.
Yeah, because I see your socials. You put in, like, how you see if you're designing, photo shoot, this, that, and I never had that. It was, you don't understand. It was just literally guerrilla marketing. I'm sure for those of you who don't know what guerrilla marketing is, basically you get your product, you go out there, and it's the physical product. You're not at home, you're not tweeting, you're not Instagramming, you're not Facebooking. I guess to some extent is the best form of marketing because it's guaranteed it's out there. Or I used to have stickers as well. I done stickers.
Okay.
Gosh, I slap them everywhere. I slap them. But the thing is, it was so silly because I never had a website.
Okay, so the customers had nowhere to go.
So it was you just saying strictly work. Like people like what's this? Whatever sort, like what's this?
Yeah.
So the thinking process was like, I'm gonna stick strictly work everywhere. So it's already in their psyche. And when they see someone wearing some of my stuff, they'll be like, oh, and it will catch on. Obviously, when you start your own business, everyone always dream big. Yeah. But the work that goes in is just different from, and you come to hurdles like, oh, I didn't envision this. What, this is new? What's going on here?
Yeah. But the way I see it is, it's bound to happen. Like, it's bound to happen. You're never gonna grow a business and expect there to be no hurdles. Like, it's unheard of. You get me? So whatever hurdle comes in my way, it is what it is. Just get through it.
What's your process going through it? Because it's not that, like, for me, going back to when I saw my brethren, my 2 clothes still in a package, that hurt. That hurt. Even the conversations between me and him changed for a few weeks or months, because I was like, whoa. And I don't know, I just thought, you know what? He's not on my side. I can't, like, put him on the sideline. How do you navigate the hurdles?
Just take it individually, you know. Whatever hurdles in my way, I'll see what the issue is and how can I resolve it. Me, I just feel like my best trait is I'm just a problem solver. Like, if there's a problem, straight away I'm thinking, how can I resolve this problem? I'm not thinking about the problem for too long. I'm just thinking about how can I get past this, basically. So that's just my way of working it.
And that is powerful. I guess that's a bit like me. Rasta would tell you, I like, the word no doesn't exist. Like, if you tell me no, nah. You can't tell me no, and you can't tell me it can't be done. That's that. No, I've planes are built. A big, huge plane can fly, like cruise ship. Have you ever been on a cruise ship?
Yeah, I've been on one.
Do you know how that's huge? If that huge thing can float all around the world, how can you tell me we can't do something?
Get past this,
We just haven't thought about it. I guess that the you have to tune your mind that way, as you said, you're a problem solver, and I appreciate that. And that's one of the reasons why I'm on your side, because when I first found out about you and Reeks told me, I'm like, how old is he? I'm like, what? For real? I'm like, okay, give me his number. Done. I'm going to buy some. I'm going to support. I appreciate that, because at your age, you're miles ahead. I mean, look what you've achieved in 4 years.
Yeah, no, we've done a lot, but I don't like to look at it for too long. Like, I don't like to look at where we've come, because I still know there's a long way to go. So I feel like you shouldn't over-celebrate sometimes. It's good to celebrate, but when things happen, when things go good, you acknowledge it, but then you keep striving for the next goal. So that's the way that I see it. I acknowledge that we've come a long way in these 4 years, but I see myself way further. So I just got to keep moving in that direction. I feel like when you, what's the word? When you overdo it and you over-celebrate on stuff, it clouds your vision. Like, you feel like you've made it, and that might make you less humble, and that's something that I don't want. I just want to stay humble and get to where I need to get, and I'm not there yet. So
I appreciate that, but I have to say, I think that's one of the mistakes a lot of humans do, is we don't look back how far we've come. Like, we just so focused and concentrated about where we need to go. And it's a factor of, once you get there, you're not even there, because your post has moved. So if you don't take time and look, wow, we've started. Wow, I think, find the balance. As you said, you don't want to dwell in that too long, because if you do, then your competitors will come and pass you. But you have to find the balance where you appreciate yourself. Like,
definitely,
wow, I've achieved this. Like my brethren at the bus stop laughed at me when they said I'm starting a trend. But look, I'm setting trends. So I got you on the board. The list of interviews we have, and one of my guy came in and was like, "Oh, Trendsetters, yeah, I know them." I'm like, "Oh, you know them?" Because I like a couple of people. So that's the hard work. Like, you reaching places you don't even know you're reaching, and you're so humble. At 18, oh, guys, if you are 18, please start. So you started when you was 14.
14, turning 15. I think I was 15 at the time.
Jeez.
So I was around that age there,
You need to go back to your school one day and just lace every student when the time comes with your product.
Yeah, definitely. That's
just give away.
That's a part of the plan. I need to go and see Mr. Lai as well. I haven't seen him since I left school, so I definitely need to go and see
Mr.
him.
Lai, if you're listening, please go to Trendsetter London and get in contact with he's a real teacher. I mean, I guess as a teacher, there is nothing. I mean, I challenge any teacher to dispute. There's nothing more satisfying than hearing or seeing one of your ex-students do so well in life. Like, as a teacher, that is the greatest reward. That's why teachers do what They do to empower and better the youngster. So when you hear one of your ex-students doing well, oh man, that's beautiful. That's I miss the students. I don't miss the work that comes with it. Anyway, that's for another show. We're looking for a teacher. Mr. Lai, come sit down in this chair. Let's talk about school life.
That'll be a good convo still.
Yeah, but make sure Trendsetter lace me out nicely so I can be as fresh as Mr. Lai. Because by the sound of it, I'm out of his league.
I'm not even, man. You're there, bro.
Thank you. Coming from a fashionist, I am there, ladies and gentlemen. That goes to you, Rasta. You know, I got the swag. Nah. So, how do you stay motivated? Because staying humble is very important to you. And I'm assuming mum and dad being involved in the business venture, that kind of helps you stay grounded.
Yeah.
But you yourself, how do you do it?
I think it's the same thing, just seeing where I want to go. Just seeing where I want to go and seeing where I am. Like, I know there's a gap in between to get there. And every day I just feel like I need to take a step closer to get there. So I think that's what keeps me motivated, basically.
That is beautiful. What's coming out next?
All right, so this tracksuit that I'm wearing, we've got these coming out next. We've got this in another colourway, black and red. So we've got that. We've got a few new caps coming, a few new T-shirts for summer. So, yeah, a couple of new things coming
Anything
up.
for the ladies?
That's what we're working on. We've got a new designer, Paris, and she's working on the female collection. So, not as of yet, but we're working on it, therefore.
So how long from the moment idea is born to the sample coming through, how long does that take?
It depends on the product. And the detail you explain to the manufacturer, I found that's very important. So when you're speaking of manufacturers, you need to go into detail with them. Like, every single detail, you need to be very clear on it, because they'll make a sample and they'll make it how they think you want it, but that might not be how you want it. So just be very clear. The clearer you are, the quicker things can get done, basically. So, yeah.
So I actually need to ask this question for those youngsters, or even adults who need to do what they need to do. When I first started, I was literally just said, I'm going to do this. My mind works like that. I'm going to say, I'm going to do something. I do very little research on the competitors.
Okay.
The reason why I do very little research on the competitors is I don't want them to scare me. And I believe there's enough of everything for everyone. Yeah. So every person in this room can start, and there's only 4 of us. Every person in this room can start their own clothing brand, and there still be enough. Yeah. So what I do is, like with my freaky work, I just said, I'm going to start my clothing brand. The very next week, I had all the equipment. I didn't even know how to use a heat press. I didn't know how to cut vinyls. I didn't even know where to get vinyls from. I just had it, and then we moved on to the next one. Yeah. So that was my process. Is that still the same in this modern day? Because I say this because a lot of young ones out there might say, you know what, I want to start a brand. Is it the same as just, boom, let's get it going?
So advice that I would give people, there's a lot of people that come to me and ask how you can start a brand. I made the same mistake that you did. When I started Trendsetter, I just jumped into it. I didn't have any proper manufacturers. I didn't have an official logo. Like, I jumped into it and I had to figure it out as I went along. So for anyone looking in to get started a clothing brand, I'd say just plan. Take a couple months to just plan and structure your brand, basically, before you launch it to the public, basically. So
what we're planning for? What's that planning structure? Because if you've got an idea, you just want to jump in. Like the young just want to jump in. No. What's the planning? What am I planning for?
Figure out your logo, figure out the customers that you're going towards, and figure out what products you're going to sell. I feel like that's the 3 main things. So your logo is important because that's what people's going to know you by. Your product, you want your product to look good. And your customers, you want to know what products you're going to give to who. So basically you need to figure out your target audience, what age they are, what area they're from, how much money they make. All these small details is important to price your product and figure out what product you're going to do, basically. Yeah.
Which is the most important department in your business?
I feel the most important part of the business is like fulfilling orders, because as you know, if you order something online and it doesn't come how you want it to, you're not going to be happy. You spent your money, and if it doesn't come how you want it to be, you're not going to be impressed. So I feel like that's important. Just making sure that dresses correct so it doesn't go to another house, or making sure it's the right size. Like, all these small details are important. So I feel like that's one of the main aspects of the business.
I appreciate that. Where can they find you? Where can I find you, your story? Where can I buy the product? Hit us up with it.
Okay, so trendsetterlondon.com, that's us, that's our website. You can find us on there. We sell t-shirts, caps, jumpers, tracksuits, you name it. Social media, trendsetter.ldn, and also Trendsetter London. That's on Instagram. So yeah, once you find us on Instagram, you can find us anywhere. Yeah.
Final question. I know you've done this already. You got a kid out there, a young kid, starting to do what you're doing, or any business for that matter, and they've hit the roadblock. What advice would you give them?
I'd say just see it through. See where you are now, see where you're going to get, and just see what you need to do to get past it, basically. Just see it as like an obstacle, like back in sports day, and there's a hurdle. You just gotta jump over it. Just see it like that.
Not everyone jumped over that hurdle in
some
sports
people
day.
went straight through them. Even if you run straight through it, it's still you're still getting past it. So yeah, that's the way I see it.
I'm laughing because I remember, like, in school, I was long distance. I'm 15. I was 1500. No one, like 1500 and bleep test.
I couldn't do the long
No
distance.
one could do that. So my PE teacher, because I was basketball, I could play football, I could play badminton, like you name a sport, I'm there. So my PE teacher thought, you know what, Francis, and to be fair, most of my lessons I spent them in PE.
Okay.
So my PE teacher goes, Francis, we want you to represent us. I think it was an inter competition thing, and it came to hurdles. Listen, I don't know what happened. I calculated, I don't know. The first jump, no problem.
Made it.
But when I landed, I don't know. I think my steps must have been shorter or longer. Oh my God. Oh my God. I took the thing with me. All right, I'm running and I'm saying, you are not dropping, Francis. I'm carrying the thing with me.
You're carrying it. Oh,
Listen, I'm carrying it. I'm toppling over. I'm carrying the thing with me. And boom. And the school I went to, it wasn't one of those, oh, are you okay?
Laughing. Get onto you.
I looked around. Oh my God. Even my PE teacher was laughing.
Man.
If you're carrying the hurdle with you, don't worry, you still got over it. Yeah. Nah, I miss those days, you know. School ain't the same. And actually, going back to what you said, when you was allowed to sell in school.
No, I wasn't allowed to sell in school.
You got away with it. Even you sold to teachers after school. Nowadays, it's pretty much impossible. Yeah. But the good thing is there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's Twitter, there's Twitch.
There's more ways to connect to people.
There's more ways to connect with people. Yeah. What's your view on social media?
I feel like this is just, I can't talk. This is just of recent, I've realised that social media is very important. So Facebook ads, Snapchat ads, just promoting, because you can specify your target audience and direct your post straight towards them. So I feel like social media is important, especially Instagram.
Yes, I hear that. So what we do here now, show's done. Thank you very much for that. But I can't close the show. You have to close the show. Okay. You close it however you want. That is your camera.
Okay.
I was just a guest.
Okay. Now, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you lot liked the interview. I hope I dropped some gems for you lot. And yeah, that's it, really and truly. Make sure you guys follow us, Trendsetter London. And yeah, that's it, really and truly.
You got it there. Love, peace, and happiness. Till the next time, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice one.
Tay.